Hello, today is a really magical day in astrology and the Mayan calendar. So I'm just going to do this quick video to share some information with you. I hope you're having a magical day. It's been beautiful here in Glastonbury, very, very cold, but it's been sun shining and I've been out in the garden looking at all the bulbs are starting to push their way through, watching the birds, putting the seed out for the birds. That's one of my greatest delights during the day, is just watching nature and wildlife. And thank you for joining me, people who are coming in. So what I want to talk about today is really being with this magical time, because we're in a powerful 13-day process and we're in day 12 today. And what that actually means in terms of the mind structure is that we're able to see how clear we are of our old worlds so that new ones can begin. It's been really, really intense. I've been doing a lot of tapping over the last few days. And if you haven't checked out tapping yet, I highly recommend that you do. In terms of the astrology backing up doing emotional healing, I'm just going to read you the moon degree at the moment. So we're in Pisces at 11 degrees. A high crumbling wall, it is part of a ruin and covered with ivy. Power is stored in the earth at primal quickening points. Often in these places, humanity erects monuments to its own folly. Eventually, these merge into the landscape and everything comments upon everything else. Being held between the earth's wise presence and humanity's dim apprehension of what is really involved here. One side of the feeling nature is so intuitive and psychically astute that you are harboring advanced gifts that can serve Earth evolution in staggering ways. Another side of the feeling nature is contorted with reactions, judgments, and condemnations of the collective trends of humanity and of the weakness of the human flesh. These objections and rejections of the human scene rebound upon the self and poison the psychic faculties. It is only when you heal and forgive and renounce the minor key irritable voice, inside and out, that the flood tide of burgeoning awareness of what is arising in this earth with all its ripples can wipe away the false structures and foster the new birth, the tuned in and blessings focused outlook and in look. And that says it all, really. It's totally wow. So this is what I love about astrology. And when I'm working with clients, I like to share about their astrology and what's going on in their chart, to have this awareness, and also what's going on in the starry skies on a particular day that's really influencing us. And the wonder of this is the more you become aware of your own chart and your own code, and the more you can really work with the cosmos and the codes of creation and what we're going through. And what we're going through is really profound at the moment, because we're in the Capricorn sun time and we're just coming up to a Leo full moon on the 20th, and that's also going to be a lunar eclipse. So it's all our heartfelt stuff that's coming up, particularly now. The last couple of days we've been in Aquarius, so it's been quite a hard aspect really here in the UK. And so really seeing all our stuff, all our patterns, where we are as community servers. I do a lot of work with the Mayan calendar. So for those of you that are interested in that are joining me, this is a book that I've just picked up again, and this is an amazing book. A lot of it I can't really get my head around, because this work is timely, it's time sensitive, and the more you really start to come into an emotionally clear space, that's what it means by white world bridger. It means releasing your emotional event trauma, and so that it no longer bothers you, and you know that chapter in your life is really over and done on all levels. So one of the things in here that it talks about, the Mayan calendar is ancient wisdom, and it's really magical, because when you start to get clear, you can really access these codes. Now, in this book, I'm sure if there's people from Glastonbury watching, you've probably got it. Okay, so on page 164, you can see here, oh, that side, I'm doing the opposite way around. Okay, this little bit here, okay, there are 64 Mayan signs that literally change the DNA in human beings. Okay, so if you've got one of these as your Mayan sign, that's huge for you. If you haven't, it's still huge, because we're going through these processes now. And it's time, it's the time, although it's really challenging, it feels challenging for the ego because all our coping mechanisms are coming off. The reason that they're coming off is so we can love deeply, and so we can be vulnerable, we can have intimacy with other human beings, which for previous generations has not been possible, because we've been going through extremely hard times of just surviving. And the thing is, we're still running those codes right now. So I just want to tell you about something that maybe your grandparents, people born around the 1930s, will have been experiencing. If you're older, it'll be your parents. This is a great page on Facebook called Transcendental Karmic Astrology, and I will put a link under this video as well. So today we've had a Sun-Pluto conjunction, and what does that mean? Well, it basically means the essence of us meets the shadow of us. So all these old stories, all these old wounds coming up to be felt, to be experienced. So if you've been feeling emotional, you know, if you've been experiencing something that's really triggered you, that's felt uncomfortable, then again, this is, you know, we're going over old ground, basically, with the patriarchy and where we've been hurt. And so I'm just going to read you what she's written. So Sun-Pluto conjunction stationary Eris. Eris is the discontented fairy planet. And when you know about your chart, you can see where it is. It's always in Aries, I think. I'm not absolutely sure on that, but it may be generational again. It may not. I think for people of my age group, I'll take that back. People of my age group, so in your 50s, it's generally in Aries. People who are older or younger, I'm not sure. So, but you can check it out, and if you want to know how to check it out, just message me and I'll show you how. Okay, so she's a discontented fairy, the story of the one who cursed Sleeping Beauty because she wasn't invited to the party, okay, but she turned up anyway. So all our experiences where we felt we haven't been included, where we're still pissed off basically at something or someone, this is really coming up now, and we can heal this. And if we heal this, we can really have new beginnings, literally. If we don't heal this, what my experience is, we keep going over it. You know, we keep having the same experiences. So until we get it and we decide that we're going to heal it and let go of it. And quite often I think as you get older, you realise it's pointless to hold on to old things because the only person it hurts is you. Okay, so today is one of the most powerful placements becoming exact. The Sun-Pluto conjunction, the planetary combination is called the magician aspect, and it can be utilised for practically anything. Successful magic has two basic ingredients. The first one is to select an appropriate moment for the magical act, be it a ceremony or a practice, which can best be done with the help of astrological tools. The second one is a lot simpler, but by no means easy. You need to believe in your success. Today and tomorrow, the first one is at your disposal with a truly powerful aspect, All you need to do is summon your inner resources to attain the second ingredient. In the Greek pantheon, Eris was the goddess of strife and discord who teamed up with Ares, the war god, in order to sow the seeds of confrontation. The TNO named after her, which denotes drastically altered outward circumstances in transcendental karmic astrology, is a very slow-moving celestial object. It entered Aries in 1930, and it has only reached the 23 degrees of the sign over the past decade. Today and tomorrow it's stationing, which greatly strengthens its basic meaning. On the one hand, it's worth paying attention to anyone or anything that can affect your own affairs, because you may not be strong enough to avoid the resulting conflict. The Sun-Pluto conjunction may become the tool for just that. On the other hand, as Eris is the outward karma breaker, the placement provides a brilliant opportunity for all sorts of fundamental transformations. So there you go. How magic is that? And this is so powerful in terms of what's coming next. So tomorrow we have the shift day, and then the day after that we go into the blue storm wave spell, which is going to be 13 days of shaping our destiny through healing our emotions and being able to come into the center of ourselves, to become integrated. And because, you know, these times that we're in, things are happening and we need to be able to stay grounded and in our center and keep our head to make rational decisions that really work for us and work for others in our circle, rather than going down some emotional drama and taking ourselves out of our center. So it's a great time to start doing emotional clearing. I'm going to be offering courses in Taunton, so I'm going to be listing those soon. And I'm going to be offering an online course as well. I've got a webinar coming up on the 20th at the time of the full moon, and I'll be posting all of these on my Facebook webpage, which is Flow with Jo, and also on my blog. So the exciting news that I talked about today to do with understanding these 64